Okay, you need to tell me that at the end. 5.5 is division of polynomials. We're first going to learn long division, and which is very closely related to the long division that you already know to deal with real numbers. The number that you are dividing by is the divisor. So when I have x to the third plus 5x squared minus 7x plus 2 divided by x minus 2, the x minus 2 will go on the outside of the division sign. And the part on the top of the fraction is the dividend, so it goes underneath of the division sign. Don't forget to turn in your assignment. Go ahead and do this now. Okay, so when you do this, it's a long process, but if you do it one step at a time, you're going to be okay. So here's what we're going to do. We look at the divisor on the outside. It has two terms. So I'm going to count 1, 2. My first number on the top is going to go above the second term. So then everything focuses on the first term. So I look at the x, and I look at the x cubed, and I say, what times x will give me x to the third power? Simply you come up with an x squared. So you write that x squared on top. Now, you take the x squared times every term in the divisor. So I say x squared times x is x to the third. I say x squared times negative 2 is minus 2x squared. Put a line on it. Now, this is probably the thing that's the trickiest to keep track of. I am actually subtracting everything in the bottom one from the top. So I say x to the third minus x to the third is 0. That should always be 0 because that's how you pick your number to go up top. Then I say 5x squared minus a minus 2x squared, so that gives me 7x squared. Then I bring down the next term. Don't change the sign, just bring it down the way it is. Okay. Now, you look again at the first term in your divisor. That's an x. And you look at the first term in this next polynomial that we're looking at. So I say, what times x will give me 7x squared? So I say plus 7x. Now I take 7x times each term in my divisor again. So I take 7x times x gives me 7x squared. 7x times negative 2 gives me minus 14x. So I take, now remember, we're subtracting. So 7x squared minus 7x squared is 0. 7x minus a minus 14x is 7x. And I bring down the 2, but 7x plus 2. Okay, well, we can still divide it some more, so we keep going. So now I look at the x again, and I look at the 7x. What would I take times x to get 7x? I say plus 7. I take 7 times x, and I get 7x. 7 times negative 2 is minus 14. I'm subtracting. So 7x minus 7x is 0. 2 minus a minus 14 is 16. Now, x can't go into 16. So that's my remainder. To deal with the remainder, you write it up here at the top, plus 16 over the divisor. divisor, which was x minus 2. And that is polynomial long division. Any questions? Like I said, it's lengthy, but it's repetitive, so if you do the same thing every time, it should be okay. Watch your signs. I do have one more to do with you, but I want to give everybody a chance. Any questions before we look at the next one? Okay. One more, and then you get the rest of the period to work on these. I have 2x to the 4th plus x to the 3rd plus x minus 1, all divided by x squared plus 2x minus 1. Now, there's an interesting thing here that you need to be aware of. Look here at the top, 2x to the 4th plus x to the 3rd plus x. It's missing one term in there. I want you to insert a 0x squared if that's missing, and I'll show you why. So, let's write it in our long division form. So you've got the divisor, x squared plus 2x minus 1. I have the dividend, so I have 2x to the 4th plus x to the 3rd plus 0x squared plus x minus 1. Now, you'll notice this time I have 3 terms in my dividend, or divisor. So that means when I write my first term over the dividend, it's going to be over the 3rd term. Now, this isn't particularly important except for the fact that when you get to the last one, you know, the last thing is going to be a remainder. They match up that way to start. Oh, so now I look at the first term, x squared. What times x squared will give you 2x to the 4th? 2x squared. So I've got 2x squared. So I take 2x squared times x squared, and I get 2x to the 4th. 2x squared times 2x, and I get 4x to the 3rd. 2x squared times negative 1, and I get minus 2x squared. Remember that I'm subtracting. 2x to the 4th minus 2x to the 4th is 0. X to the 3rd minus 4x to the 3rd is a minus 3 x to the 3rd. 0 minus a minus 2 x squared is a plus 2x squared. Now you'll notice, if you forget to do this, you will notice this at this point, because you'll go to this and you'll say, well, I can't say x minus 2x squared. And then you'll know, oh, I should have put a place marker in here so that it matches up right. Oh, that's what's that?
Where did you get the plus 4x?
I took 2x squared times the 2x.
Alright.
Okay? Anybody else? Everybody following what's going on? Okay. Okay, so then I look at the next one. So I've got 2x squared. I want to know how many times does that go into negative 3x to the 3rd. So it should be minus 3x. So I take minus 3x times x squared, and I get minus 3x to the 3rd. Minus 3x times 2x, and I get plus 6x squared.
How's that positive?
It should be minus. Thank you. Minus 3x times negative 1, that one is a plus 3x. Subtract. So minus 3x to the 3rd minus a minus 3x to the 3rd is 0.
Why is there a negative outside of that?
Because each time you're going to take this one minus this one, so I put this out here to remind myself that I'm subtracting it.
Oh, okay.
Okay, so I've got 2x squared minus a minus 6x squared, so that's plus, so that would be 8x squared. And then x minus 3x is a minus 2x. Bring down the minus 1. Okay. So now I look at x squared. Get 8x squared. So times x squared will equal x squared. We say plus 8. Then I'll multiply it by all. 8 times x squared is 8x squared. 8 times 2x is plus 16x. 8 times negative 1 is minus 8. So 8x squared is all subtracted. 8x squared minus 8x squared is 0. Negative 2x minus 16x minus 18x. Negative 1 minus a minus 8 is plus 7. Okay, so now I look here, x squared can't go into this because this is minus 18x, so that's my remainder. So I bring this whole thing up here to the top and I say plus a minus 18x plus 7 over, divided by x squared plus 2x minus 8. Okay, so questions? Okay, that's the only new part today. On your assignment, you're going to do page 366, 3 through 10. And then you have some review problems, 50 through 60 even.